steps. This is how you need to understand yourself. And every aspect I started telling him. And then after, I think 3 months, he came back with a box of sweets. Said, "Ma'am, do you remember me?" I said, "Yeah, you came to me last for some workshop." "Yes, I'm a rich man now again." The glow was, nobody can, even what can we call? You cannot label it, or you cannot value it. It's beyond all the values. The glow he was carrying at that point of time in his eyes, in his face, and his dressing was totally different. Everything, entire presentation was different. And I thought, this is a serious thing. People can, the one who has that passion to change himself, even one word is enough. Even simple things are enough. Actually, I should say these kind of many people have inspired me to be in this path and make this entire package of soul designers. So at this basic level, for any person to change themselves, this is excellent. I always felt. I only thank them for being a part of my journey. And yes, you all, of course, whenever I'm sharing this kind of wisdom or knowledge or anything, n number of questions come in, n number of answers. Every time I'm answering, I know from where I'm answering it. Did I practice this before answering this question? I ask myself, do I know this? Unless and until I face, yes, I know this. And as on date, whatever question you ask, I know there is an answer inside me. I really have a lot of gratitude to all you listeners. All this while in so many last 25 years, whoever have come to me in my life and made me to be here. It is because of all of you I'm here. If not, pata nahi, I would have been a routine, ordinary, That's how
Same
it
for
is.
us also, ma'am. Like, like you great masters, help us to grow, So we are so lucky to have you, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah. We started live without, your consent because I didn't want to miss all the experience sharing. So yeah. Welcome again, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just have one question. Like yesterday's one was about to ask. So my question is, like through a lot of sessions, we learn few points related to money. So, like generally, I'm asking, like someone or the other just come to us and tell their story related to something or the other related to the money, and come and ask us, can you just give me some money? I'll gonna return it like for a while later or some other day. At this point, usually we come up with, if I give them, will they come back? Or is it okay to give it to them? So many things will come up, even if they are close friends or family or whatever it might be. At this point, so how we have to consider and how we have to react if someone else comes to us and ask like this?
In this regard, I'll give you two people experience. Okay. One is myself. Even my husband asks me money, I don't give. Okay. I simply say, please, I'm the closed door when it comes to money. Okay. Don't come to me. Right. And then whenever I told this, I kept asking myself, why is that I always say the same thing to him? Whenever my husband asks, and whenever I want, I'm asking him. But when he comes and asks me, I say, no, I'm not giving. Why is that? And I felt, is there any mistrust? Then I connect to my mom's story where she carried a lot of trauma in her life related to money, and the mistrust is still there. So it is that incompletion in her which is flowing in me, which does not allow me. And I don't want, because I have a strong thing, I don't want it to be outward, this to step out, let it be within my boundary. So it is that I'm projecting only to my husband, where I'm not neither harming anyone, neither I'm degrading myself anywhere. So this only is part. And I have another friend, anytime anyone goes to him, very far friend, close family, close friend, or anybody. You ask him, I want 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, he just give it off. And he will never ask, when are you giving me back? We ourselves told him so many times, why the hell you don't ask? They have taken 1 year and 2 years and 3 years, and you don't even know who is genuine and who is not genuine. Why are you giving him? The only answer I always got from him, even today, since so many years, the only answer he says is, it is through me which is going to him. If it is mine, it will come back to me. If it is not mine, who am I to ask anyone? I am Phil and I know what I am. And trust me, anytime he deals with many universities around the globe, all the European countries, every university invites him to his country with all the traveling expenses, touring guide, and stay, food, everything. It's just happening. He's traveling around the world free of cost. Not only him alone, his office staff also. That's a privilege. When you are that purity, when you hold that purity in your heart, in your entire spirit, life will respond to you. He will always say, if I had to go to an international tour, I would have spent that money on myself. I will think the same way. And nobody has dumped him till now. Everyone gave back. But he never asks. Everyone comes with the same point. It's been 3 years or it's been 1 year. You never ask. And it is starting guilt in us only. So we have to give it. We are giving back. The other person is, if other person is dumping, there is still, that means we hold some guilt inside. We are not holding that purity inside. We are in doubt whether should give it or should not give it. Here we are not thinking, who am I? If I am thoroughly, I know what am I am least interested. It is through me which is coming in. Right? So there's nothing like that. That system should happen inside every being. Okay? I gave you 2 examples. If you hold something inside, you will always have the secondary thought. Whenever there is a second thought, that means you need to understand where it is. From all the 7 mirror reflections, what we have talked yesterday, we have to just check that. Where is it leading to? And what is that part? And how big is that, or how deep is that? Okay. Whenever you are giving to anyone, you are actually not, though your hand is up, but you are not superior. Just because a person is asking you, that person's hands is low, that does not mean he's giving you. That person is coming to test you how generous you are from inside. And only a prosperous person, truly prosperous person can be generous. You have to always understand that. When we can celebrate and spend anything on us, why not to another person? Why not extend to other person? Other person might be fraud, or they might dump, or they might be taking us for granted. It's okay. With whatever the other person is, I'm not interested. What am I? Where am I? That is what all I'm concerned. Okay, this is what we have to always see, right? And yesterday we were clear. Doubt is clear. Tanuja ji, yeah, Payal ji.
Good evening, ma'am. Yeah. So the doubt is what you have said. It's very difficult to apply. Why? Because there comes a point that when you don't want to be generous because you think you have done enough, and if you don't speak for yourself, you're just being taken for a ride. And you actually can't actually believe, if you just let everything go, which you had not been controlling till now, how will you be supported? I mean, who will come from heaven, and who will you be supported? Just I mean, yes, no, I'm being very honest with that thought.
I know, but then I just gave you an example. Why are we here on this path of knowing ourselves? Why is that? If we still want to hang on to the same old doubts and same old belief systems, disempowering thoughts, why are we here? What are we doing here? We are here
Ma'am,
with the flag, okay, to change ourselves. When we really changing ourselves, all these things will vanish. That you need to be transparent from in and out. When other person is taking us for granted, that means you have taken yourself granted in some other situation of your time.
uh, ma'am, I have this thing in my memory. Like my dad used to be like this. Whosoever used to come to him, he would not think A, B, C, D, E. He used to give money like anything. Yeah.
Who
So, and
used
he
to
will,
give money?
my dad.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So, not in 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures. And then he will forget. He will not ask.
Mm.
So we used to be like, it's your hard-earned money. Why don't you ask for it? It's your right. But he's like, kuch nahi hota, kuch nahi hota. That attitude,
Mm.
not for decades. And
Mm.
he's passed away also, but people haven't returned money. And
He
but
passed
and he
away
was
how?
there because of Corona, ma'am.
Corona. Otherwise, how was his healthy? Body was healthy, everything.
Yeah, ma'am.
BP.
He was a warrior. He was a warrior. He faced so many problems. He would never quit, and he used to think my money is not for me, but for everyone. So, but he's lost so much of money. So I think probably I that's how I think. That I don't want to be.
Your
Yeah.
thinking is wrong. He was right. Your father was right. It is for everyone, and that includes himself also. Okay, right? So includes everyone. Everyone is. I'm also one among everyone, right? So that is one thing, and he has always been generous, and that is a mark of a prosperous mind. Okay, you focused on something which is against the intention of creation, right? He was focusing on which was aligning to the intention of creation, but you focused on something in the same act on something against which is intention of creation. So for you in life, creating money would always be a big deal. Trusting people is the root cause, right? And if you really want any money or anything, it might still flow because of your father essence in you, parents essence in you. It would flow, but you would not probably celebrate it up to the mark.
Yeah. Ma'am, I am generous, but I am generous to the needy people. I'm not generous to any.
Everyone is needy. Everyone is needy. It's not just money. It's not just money is just a resource. Everyone is in needy. Are you not in need of love? Everyone is in need of something or the other resources of the universe. And money is a part of the resource. One is needing the same resources in the form of money. One is needing the same resources in the form of love. One is needing the same resources in the form of motivation or any support.
Ma'am, another one question. What if someone is needing money from me, not because he needs money, but to control? Then
Who is to declare that? Who is to declare that? Whether the other person is trying to control you or trying to maybe he's need or not in need, trying to control you or not to do that. Who is to declare it? What is you here? If the other person is trying to control you, you will be controlled. What about you as a personality? And what will happen? Even if that person is trying to control, even if you for controlling you is giving money, will that be successful? Will you that mean that you are allowing him to control you? Definitely not, right? Then where does it matter? What does my giving money got to do with that person trying to control you or not?
Yeah, I'll think.
Okay, we'll further come to the further questionnaire. It will be more clear. Okay. Money is, I always say, prosperity and poverty is a state of mind. Whatever is our state of mind, the same way we perceive things the same way. Right? Everything, nothing, it is not about the money or any resources or anything, any situation, any person. However, you are perceiving them, that is what, wherever is your focus, that is what is going to become your reality. And how do you want your reality? You have an image. Yes, this is what my reality wants to be. So focus only on that. If I want happiness, I'm supposed to focus on happiness because that is what I want. But generally what happens when we want happiness, we focus on things. I don't have this, these people don't think of me, I'm not lovable. We focus on something which is completely against onto what we want. So we have to be in first place, we have to be clear what is that I want and how much important is what I want. And for whatever I want, how committed I am to stand and acquire it. These are the questions we need to ask for ourselves. If money is important to you, focus on money. Nothing is wrong about it. But that does not mean we hold guilt in it, or we hold lack inside us, we hold loss inside us, we hold mistrust or anything, victim consciousness or anything. Right? Deal with all these things. Now you are wise enough to deal with the money. If you don't want to give money, don't give. But let it be an outrage thing, a disconnected thing of any attachment towards any intentions of the phases of intention. Okay. In the universe, the intelligence of creation had some qualities. And that qualities have always been to create, to receive, to flow, all these things. It's a natural state. Abundance is a natural state of universe. Everything is available for everyone, no doubt about it. It is the mind which says, I do not have this. Because that is what is you are focusing on, that is what you are looking at it. There is a lady who always says, I have everything in life. The only thing I don't have is my health. And every day she wants to focus on, oh, today I couldn't get up. Tomorrow also, yesterday I got up at 6:30. Today I got up at 6:35. Oh my God, 5 minutes raised. Her focus is there only. Next day she'll call and she'll say, ma'am, today I got up at 6:40. Oh my God, 6:30 to 6:40. My health is worsening even more. It will worsen further. Where am I focusing? If I'm focusing on not trusting anyone, then I will never have that, what do you call that, the completion feeling inside us. And if you are not feeling complete, if you are connecting to any of this non-aligning aspects of universe, then there will be a separation. The other person is not. What is self? When we talk about self-realization, what is self? When we are talking about self, right, it is not the individual personality. It is not Arpitha, or it is not Shivani ji or Namita ji or anybody. Self is an essence. It's an intelligence, right? And the same intelligence is there everywhere. Intelligence of creation, intelligence of love, intelligence of the beauty, or intelligence of being receptive, intelligence of expansion. All these things are there. What is godhood? There is no God like sitting like in how in our Hindu culture we have the figures of wearing everything and sitting somewhere in Kailash or Vaikuntha or anywhere. It is the qualities of that utmost purified version. So we do have that. That is the self. And mind has the opposite. It is a polarity. Where there is a day, there will be a night also. A mind will always want to throw you that what you do not, what you are not actually. Now it is for us to tune the mind. Say always, we always heard be positive, be see, look at into positive things, think about positive things. Diligently we might have done everything. Oh, I am not supposed to think like that. Why am I not supposed to think like that? If I am not trusting that person, why am I not trusting that person? Let us get back to that. What is that mistrust seed in me which is not allowing me to trust the other person with this scenario or with this presentation? Okay, now we come to the point. Initially we might feel, oh, in that case there might be a number of things and I can't keep on thinking about it. Okay, we might think that, but this every time when we are saying I cannot do this, you have lost it. The seeds are only few. What seed you want to sow, what seed you want to remove. You want to the seed as sow the seed of creativity. Be creative in everything in life. Even if you are just cooking in life, your job is only to cook and just put it on the table. Make it creative. Love whatever you are doing. Whatever it is, you might like it, you might not like it. You might be appreciated, you might not be appreciated. Doesn't matter. Am I liking it or not? Prosperity is our spiritual DNA. That is there. We are prosperous being. So we don't have to really worry about anything in the world. Just because we have seen something, that does not mean we continue the same focus again in our life also. We can change. Unless and until we change it from inside, we cannot change it externally. Okay, these things we need to know. And now when it comes to abundance, prosperity and poverty, abundance is a natural state, we have understood, and poverty and prosperity is a state of mind, right? Yeah, Smrita ji.
Just want to, ma'am, do you want to take the question at the end or probably continue
Yeah,
the
I think
topic?
that is better. I think that is better. I'll take the questions at the end.
Okay. I think we have one question from yesterday as well for Vanita ji as well. If
Yeah,
she's there and she can ask. Yeah, just.
yeah. And now when, say, suppose we make a table of where is our prosperity consciousness and where is the poverty consciousness inside us. Okay. Now, if we ask the question, I want something in life. Okay. Say everyone has, they have their own choices. I want this in my life. Okay. Now, whatever you want in your life, what is the motivation behind it? Okay. If you want a house, is it because you want a house? For what you want a house? Because you don't have it? Or is it because I would love to live in that house? Is it out of joy, expression of joy and passion? Or is it because I don't have it, that's the reason I want it? If you are thinking it is absolutely about joy and passion, you want to live in that house, your state of mind regarding this is very prosperous. If you are thinking I do not have, so I need it, then you are in a poverty consciousness. Okay. And that is what the motivation. So poverty is becoming the motivation or prosperity is becoming the motivation. What is inspiring you in having it? Okay. And if poverty is inspiring you, I bet you will face many issues. Loans will not be approved properly or something or the other will go in vain. If we are thinking consciously, I'm trying to ask. Yeah. If we are thinking, consciously, if we are thinking, I want this because I don't have. Okay. And you focus and you continue working it, and you attract everything without any blockages. Okay, say if it is happening in a reverse way, though consciously you are thinking, I want a house because I don't have a house, and you are wanting it, and every loan says approval, there is absolutely no block. You have gone to it. Okay, you have to check that what your deeper inside self is. Maybe your mind is not aligned, or what you are thinking consciously is not matching with the thought you are holding subconsciously. Okay, so maybe subconscious mind is already thinking, I want it because I want to enjoy it. I do not want it is a fine thing, is okay. That's what is looking like at the outer version. But what if I get it, what am I going to do? Am I going to be something different? No, I'm going to be the same. Okay, these walls will be different, or wall painting will be different. But end of the day, maybe our deep inside, our thought is towards joy and passion. Okay, so we have to check that. Outwardly, maybe we are thinking it is out of joy and passion, but lot of struggle is happening. That means subconsciously there's something else. Deep inside, what is it? And now, how do you resonate when you see that which you want? This is another question. I want a house out of joy and passion of living in it. Okay. And then now when I see that, how am I feeling? How am I resonating with? I'm feeling eager. I'm feeling excited. Or am I feeling, when will this happen? This is never ending process. I'm spending so much of money, but still this is not happening. This labor is irritating me. This person is irritating me. That is irritating me. We are thinking all this. You are not appreciating. If you are excited, you are appreciating. And appreciation, who will not like it? Okay, if you have two people in front of you, one is always crying, one is always smiling and laughing. Whom do you choose to be with? The person with crying or the person with laughing? Obviously, you want to be with the person who is laughing, because life is flowing there. So where life is flowing, there will be an expansion, right? And now, how focused are we in what we want? You want something, you're always focusing on the object of what you desire, right? I want a house, your focus is completely on that, right? But without any negative thing. Negative is the opposite one. Okay, you sometimes when you think, I want a house, and I want it out of my joy and passion. Okay, and then I feel very excited and everything. But when I'm focusing on, I want to show a person what I am. That's the reason I'm coming up with the house. Let them see. They think I'm useless. Let me show them. Okay. Your focus is not on the excitement or anything. Your focus is on something else, which is actually disempowering you. Okay. And now we have one more thing. How do we feel when we see others having what we want? How are we feeling? We are feeling jealous, or we are feeling sad, or we are feeling, oh wow, they are having it. Wow, if they are having it, that means any moment even I'll also have it. There is a rich person, oh wow, excellent, is wonderful, his house is wonderful and everything. You are appreciating, you are giving a lot of love. One day you will have it. I'm not saying if you appreciate Anil Ambani or Tina Ambani, you will also become Ambani. But you will not. You will be the richness inside. Your energy becomes that equal rich. Okay. How we are feeling when we are seeing other person having or holding that what we want. Never feel jealous of anything. I want this sari. I was about to buy it, and this other lady who has come and she's just knocked off from me. Arey, I missed the chance. I missed the chance, and I'm feeling that let her, God, let her leave the sari. I would have gone. You are giving all those kind of vibrations. Instead, you say, I like this sari. This looks very good on you. Please take it. Within no time, the consciousness in you is awakened. The shopkeeper entire energy is changed. You will definitely, nobody has heard you or anything. You just told to her, this is an excellent sari. It will be very good on you. You are appreciating. When you are appreciating, you are also appreciated at the same time. Nobody says this to anyone. When we go for shopping, we are so busy in looking at ourselves. We never look at what other people are buying, what their choices. We are very, if we see anything against going, we are said, oh, what kind of choice? I was seeing in the shop, one lady was there. She was choosing something very too awkward. We are ready to say that. We are always very alert and awakened in that moment to say all this. But if anyone is buying something nice, we just don't appreciate it because that focus is not there. We are focusing on what is otherwise wrong. Right? When we do all this, we are, if you are feeling, oh, I wanted this sari, I wanted this sari. If you don't mind, if you are really keen on like taking it, please take. But is it okay if I take it? You can really ask. There's no harm in asking another human for anything. The other person might be just a friend if we really understand what is self. Okay? And we need to ask a question for ourselves. Do we trust in intuition and creativity? Do we trust in creativity? If you are paying all your bills, electricity bill, water bill, house tax, or whatever it is, all the bills with all the gratitude, okay, and signing a thank you note on every bill, behind every bill, signing a thank you note and giving it, you will know how prosperous you are. When you're doing that act, you will understand how prosperous you are. What is prosperity consciousness? The minute bill comes, we say, oh my God, bill is this much. Don't waste electricity, switch off this, switch off that. Till then we have been using. But the minute the bill has come, we want to immediately say, we want to be right immediately. We immediately come to the point of, we want to be right. No wastage, is it? We don't want wastage. So how much ever you spend, that much bill will come. If you don't want to waste the electricity, from the day one, your system should be as such. It's not on wasting it, it's on being wise. Not only when the bill comes. Okay. And whenever the bill has come to you, just behind the bill, if you write thank you, because that moment, life has given you that privilege to hold that much amount and give it to somebody. Right? You have been chosen for that. Like that, how many bills you are paying and how much life has chosen you for what all. There is a growth happening everywhere. Right? So we have to trust that creativity. And do we believe in natural state of abundance in the universe? Do we really believe that? We heard, yeah, in some books and some classes, we heard that yes, abundance is there in the universe. What does that mean? When you get an opportunity to donate, you do in such a way because you want to promote or you want to, what do you call, appreciate the other person act or anything. You want to be, you are really liking it. Okay. Or is it that when you get a chance to donate, you feel like immediately, oh no, I could have really done it, but there's something else which has come in life. Like I gave an example in the start. I have my own issues. I have to be very wise. I can't keep on giving. There are many people who are going to come. Okay. If you're having two thoughts, then why are you even doing it? Okay. A prosperous mind is donating because they want to encourage the other person in whatever they are doing. right? It is like whenever you are encouraging the other person, you are encouraging the idea of that person, right? When you go to even hospital for any medical bill, medical checkup or anything, when doctor says this is what you need to do, okay, this is all the tests you have to do, and you do it, and the doctor has been very kind to you, very nice to you, anything, you don't mind paying even something extra also, because the doctor has been very nice to you, there was a very good connection, he took care of you well and everything, right? We don't mind donating, right? But when other person, the doctor has been not been very good to you, been very harsh and only paying bill, now you will start, all the grudges will start opening up. Oh, this much bill, I don't know what he did, but I have to pay so much of bill. The same way, when we are donating to others, what is the inner state of ourselves? How are we giving? Right? Are we encouraging the idea? Are we really appreciating? Okay, we have to understand, if we really believe in the natural state of abundance in the universe, we don't have any problem in donating any money to anyone. We are actually not donating, we are actually appreciating, right? We are appreciating, we want to be a part of that ideology. That's the reason you are donating. You're not donating because the other person might need, maybe in need of money or anything. You want to you are donating because you want to be a part of that idea. That's a contribution goal, where we all need to carry a contribution goal. We want to appreciate, we want to be a part of it, so there is no separation. You are creating a oneness there, so you are multiplied at the same time, right? So, and when we believe in this natural flow of abundance in the universe, we know this is what we are. When we are believing it, we are also that, right? And are we, sometimes we watch some success stories, how do we feel? I know a person who used to come and say, whenever there's a success story coming up, he used to come and say, oh, in cinema, no, they show all good things only. In the Rajinikanth will be excellent, or junior NTR will be excellent. Everything is excellent. It's a cinema, they can show anything. It has to come in real life, then they will know. When you are appreciating, you are appreciating that essence of that, whatever they are showing. You are appreciating a person's, like, you are feeling inspired of that story. Yes, they did good, they did well. So you are growing your prosperity consciousness. And how much grateful are we in whatever we have? We still are focusing on, I don't have this, I don't have that. I know a person, in spite of having an ancestral property, the person always cries, oh, this is a house, this is a booth bangla. Okay, this is not even a house, it's a very old thing. And from outside, the same friend of that person is saying, oh wow, it's so nice, and this age also you have an ancestral property, you're connected to your roots. Who is prosperous now? How much we are appreciating and how much we are grateful in whatever we are. That shows where is our consciousness. And how do we perceive all these resources in the physical plane? Is it that you feel that there is plenty for everyone in the world? Or you feel that resources are very limited? They are very limited and one needs to rush and compete for, filling all these things. I need to run, I need to catch thing, I need to grab this thing, I need to do this much, I need to do all this work. Because I need to hold on something, I need to save something, I need to do something. I can't save my own body. One day I'll have to leave this and go. Everything related to body we want to save, but this body itself we can't save. Right? So how are we perceiving the resources? There is plenty to everyone. If we are believing that abundance is a natural state of universe, then we are perceiving the resources as if plenty for everyone. Everyone has everything. Whenever they want, it will come to you. Whatever you want, it will come to you. Not because you wanted it, because you are that. Okay? Now I'm hungry, I want to have food, and food has not come to me. Okay, there are some situations we feel that I wanted, whenever I wanted something, I didn't get. That means there is a lack, there is unworthy feeling, there is undeservability feeling. That is the reason you are not able to perceive. There is a thought which is putting down of your self-image, right? And the universal principle of oneness is like, are you aligned to it or not? There is oneness, there is no separation. This entire world is one big family. Within our family also, we don't know everyone's names, right? It is not that we know. Do we remember our previous generation, fourth grandfather, great grandfather, fourth one, third one, right? But we must know how they lived, what was their life, what were their patterns. You will find yourself in all these stories. The previous 3 generations at least, we need to know. Because when we know that, we really understand, where am I standing? What is the pattern which is running in me? And how do I update myself? And you see, the whole world is like that, a big family. We might not know everyone, we might not meet everyone, but when we know self, what is self, that self is there everywhere. It is the same intelligence that is flowing in me and that is flowing in them. It is the mind which is blocking everything. Right? You see others as an extension to yourself. They are my extended version. They are my upgraded version. Right? Or maybe you are feeling like, you do not get along. Oh, I cannot get along with these people. This is not my part. I cannot get along with this. That means there is a separation. There is a poor consciousness which is ruling somewhere. If I'm okay with it, if I am prosperous, I'm okay with any kind of system. There are many people who say, oh, they are labor quality. We can't talk to them. We are not supposed to meet them. Even today, there is honor killing and so many things happen. It is all because of poor consciousness. Prosperous person thinks in a different way. Everything is same. We are here to manifest that world which actually what we are, represents what actually we are. But we have already, because of lack of awareness, lack of wisdom or whatever thing, we have already created a world which is completely opposite to us. Now we have come to this path of so-called spirituality to bring that essence and create that atmosphere around ourselves. That is where we say we are soul family, the essence, the purposeful family. What is soul? Purpose. What is spirit? The force. Right? Every personality will have a kind of identification with the fears. We call, when we label it as ego, the rigidity. The first is fear that other person might be corrupt, other person might be defective, other person might be evil, so I am scared. If you hold this kind of point, corruption, defective in others, and other person is not good or anything, whenever we point out the flaws in others, it actually mirrors the same problem inside us. As they deny, because we have denied ourselves in such a particular quality. So whatever we deny, we begin to see it as others. Now that is one thing. Never see other person as corrupted, evil, or anything. It is our mind, rigidity in the mind. It would do not want to see the other version of life. It want to see only darkness in life. It don't want to see a brightness. The focus is not there. Right. Now, next is you have, if you hold a fear of I'm unloved, I'm not wanted, I'm not feeling worthy. Right. If you are holding all these things, your core belief is like you are stopping, blocking the flow of love towards you, because you are not worthy. You have a belief, I'm not worthy. So no resources are of universe are flowing to you. And love is the biggest resource. Everyone say it are gods and goddess also. We say Saraswati is for wisdom and Lakshmi is for prosperity. But when it comes to spirituality, Lakshmi is the main reason for wisdom, for the self-knowledge. That is why Manipuraka Chakra, where you are digesting yourself. For the other world, academic world, yes, Saraswati comes first, and then we know this is what we need to world. We have learned everything. We have upgraded ourselves to that level to deal, to holding in all that knowledge in dealing with the outer world. What about the knowledge to deal with the inner world? Our schools don't provide that. Our colleges, educational institutes don't follow that. In our childhood, we heard about this. What was that? There was a class, separate class for all these things where arts were taught. All this moral science. They used to say moral science. Now we don't have moral science. We have lost all that. So we are stuck. We have created a world which is not like us. Right. And we are holding the fear that, the other person is worthless or I am worthless. We don't value ourselves. That's the reason the other person, we label other person, they are worthless. Oh, we can't give him money because he's worthless. He will ruin it. Who am I to decide? Am I worthless? Why am I seeing worthlessness in other person? Oh, I have seen many times that person doing the same thing. As long as I hold in myself the unworthiness, I will see the same thing in every mirror. Okay. What we see in ourselves is that what we are not able to see in ourselves. We are denying in ourselves. If we hold a feeling, I do not have any identity. People don't even identify me. People don't even know me. I do so many things in my family. I don't have any personal significance of my own. If you are feeling that, then you are going towards the poor consciousness, poverty consciousness. It is the ego in us which is saying, I want to be identified. I want to see everything around me. I want to see I'm worthy enough. My positions define what I am. My achievements define what I am. What other people think about me define what I am. No, all these things do not define what you are. What defines you is your perception about yourself. If you are feeling I'm helpless, I'm incompetent, I'm not capable, then where is your self-image? Sometimes we say, I felt so helpless. I didn't know what to do. I've gone through that stage in my life. I was so helpless in that stage. That stage has taught me to be like this. No, you have perceived this information from that particular situation. Your helplessness in that situation has made you perceive that situation in a different way, which is not that empowering. Is it so empowering? Let us ask ourselves that question. Is it so empowering to think that other person is not good, other person might be defective, other person might be evil? Okay, whether it is other person or other thing, or am I unworthy, am I incapable, is it so empowering or disempowering for us? What is that I'm going to achieve in giving this kind of image to myself? Right? And I might be without any guidance. Maybe I don't have support. I lived all my life supporting myself. There was nobody around me to support me. There is a point in this. There are many times we might have heard this. I did all by myself. It's excellent. It is appreciable. You have done everything all by yourself. That does not mean from where this point is coming. In the joy of expression, yes, I did everything. It's such a joy because I know the path. Is it the wisdom which is saying I did all by myself, or is it that ego which is saying it is me who did it? Right? Do you feel that I'm trapped in some pain and some deprivation and some sort is there holding in me? If I leave this person, that I'm going to fall in some pain, I'm going to lose something. If I do not do this, I'm going to lose something. Where am I trapped in all these relationships? Husband, wife, children, morning, early morning, getting up, doing all this. And where am I trapped? If you are thinking that you are trapped in any relationship, it is because of the pain and the deprivation you hold inside yourself. The deepest loss, what you are, it is still empty. An empty vessel is like what empty vessel is like. It's an opportunity, biggest opportunity. What is that you want to fill it with? Fill it with mistrust, guilt, loss, lack, and self-sabotage, or poor self-image, or you want to make it otherwise. If you have a fear the other person will control me, and if the other person will harm me, then again you are going wrong. If you think that you will be controlled, okay, that is marking to an extremely low self-esteem. High self-esteem is also not good. Low self-esteem is also not good. Self-esteem must be in a very moderate and a very perfect way. Okay, because low self-esteem will not help in attracting abundance. Abundance does not mean money at all. Abundance means your real self. You are being resourceful. You are being the source of your life, of providing everything, whatever you need for you. That is what you are. What am I? What are you? We all are abundant beings because we know we are capable enough in providing everything, whatever we want. We have that intelligence inside us. I might lose everything, but I know I can provide everything again for myself. Life is not a game, or life is not anything at all. Life is just the biggest opportunity where we can explore ourselves. Okay, if you think, you fear that you will suffer a loss of connection with others. If you think, okay, if with this ego, if it is like I have lost connection, I don't meet anyone, I'm an introvert, I never had friends, I can't speak to people, it is very difficult for me to speak to people, I always fear that what they might think, so I turn out. Okay, if you are thinking, it is very important to note that each one of us have some or the other ego in the above list, in the 9 points what I said. We have that. Now it is our point to, we need to come out of it, or do we want to be there only? Where do we want to see ourselves? Right? Sutras, there are some sutras of abundance. First is the Sutra of Abundance itself, where we know, we are not believing it. It is like, do you believe that you have hands, or do you know that you have hands? You believe or you know. If you are believing it, you need to check every time. But you know it. You know you have hands. You don't need to check. So you must know that abundance is a natural state. Scarcity exists only in our mind. All around us, there is only abundance. There is nothing else. Water is there plenty. Plants are there plenty. We see, I don't have water. Okay, water is there. When you think, oh, there is plenty of water, when you start believing, when you start knowing that I have plenty of water, even the water problems, you will have a solution ready made. And now the Sutra of Flow, the second one. Sutra of Flow is abundance needs to flow. Arresting the flow is arresting abundance. You can't arrest. You can't arrest a water flow. If you arrest it, it will search another way out. It is the consciousness, the energy, the matter, every different forms, everything which is saying abundance, it needs to flow. Currency itself says it's circulation. Okay, it needs to flow. It has to flow. You are allowing it to come. You are allowing it to go. You don't have to save, or you don't have to do. You don't have to arrest anything. Out of some fear, you don't have to arrest anything. Money is that which is circulating, in circulation. So money is supposed to be in circulation and a constant flow all the time. And now the Sutra of Attention. Your attention towards anything is drawn into your experience. Wherever your attention is, that is what will become your reality. So whatever is your reality, that is what your attention was. Whatever you want to create in your reality, focus only on that. Know only that. Don't believe it. Don't know it. We can know everything. And Sutra of Intention. Intention is we create that which we intend. But your intention must have these aspects of creativity, love, beauty, that is appreciation, and receptivity, expansion, right? All these qualities. Kindness. Your intention must have all these qualities. If your intention has all these qualities, you create whatever you intend. Our thoughts are there. Whatever your thought is, that will manifest. We can't later on say, oh, why did my situation has become like that? Why am I fallen into this situation? Because that is what the thought you circulated inside you. Whatever you intend, it will happen. Whatever you want to happen, you intend that. Let your intention have these qualities. And now when a point comes like where it is Sutra of Shunya, you need to create that space for whatever you want. Whatever you want to attract, create a space for it. With all your love, with all your kindness, with all your compassion, with all your creativity, create a space. With so much of love, you create a space. Then things will flow. Okay, whatever you are attracting, just create a place. And now Sutra of Allowing, it is like allow that which you are attracting, whatever is coming to your life, just allow it. Our minds, because there is so much of scarcity in our minds, we think about the second terms or second thoughts, so much things come. We feel unworthy, we feel we are not ready, we feel the other person might be defective, or might be taking me for granted. All these things are coming from the mind, from the scarcity in the mind. Allow it. If the life is giving you something, it must be definitely the best. You need it, and that moment you need it. We might not, many things which as life shows us, we might not understand at that point of time. At after a point, it is really we are actually stepping a staircase towards upwards. Our graph is going upwards. That is the reason it is coming it. And then Sutra of Gratitude. This is must. Be grateful for whatever you have, whatever you get. Awareness and positive things are not to be acted, they are to be lived. They need to be lived. We have come to a state where I see many people, they are acting beautifully, all the awareness. They talk so politely, they talk so peacefully, they talk so nicely, everything. But they are only acting all this positive side. Once they turn back and get back to their own homes, their faces are totally different. And there are people who are straightforward in the sense they are a little rude in their words, not that very clear in this, but they are very, they hold a golden hearts inside them. So what is inside you? If you are holding the gratitude is the biggest magic wand. You have gratitude for everything, everything keeps flowing. Always hold that gratitude. Okay, these are the sutras which we need to follow on every day, every moment basis, and keep checking where is our ego standing, where is our rigidity standing, in scarcity or in prosperity. Okay, is it coming from which 7 phases of our life? The 7 mirrors, reflections, wherever it is coming, we can just check on that. Okay, yeah, the questions. Now I open for questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Vanita ji, would you like to go first? Because you're holding your questions since yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he did write in a message. You will ask later.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I actually got the answer whenever you said like the sutra of scarcity and all these, but still, like, it's so hard to practice these things. My question was like, we earn the money like with so much of hard work and with the struggle here, and suppose we have dependents, like back in India, we have dependents, and they enjoy their life. Like they are dependent on us. They want everything from here, and they enjoy their life. It feels bad. So I know that we shouldn't be feeling it, but then that feeling comes to us. Like we are doing everything, but they are just enjoying it. So is it a feeling of lack, or is it?
It's absolutely feeling of separation.
Like it's in habits, or I would say it's been occupied.
Maybe they do not carry the feeling of unworthiness or being unloved. So they are being resourceful. They are connected to their own reality.
So like they are not doing the hard work then. Like it's us who are doing the hard work.
Why anyone has to do hard work? What is hard work?
Like someone has to put an effort.
Yeah, tell me.
So someone has to put an effort to like carry on their day-to-day life, and if you have kids to like so you need to put in some effort. You can't be just sitting at home and just like it's like we are acting as resources for them.
Okay, here I'll tell you one thing. If a person is earning, going to office in the morning, doing all the work, and then coming back, why the person is doing that?
It's like earn their livelihood, and so that they can run their family, like
okay,
livelihood.
To keep their family people happy, right?
Yeah.
So where is the hard work? He must be feeling so grateful to being a medium to keep other person happy. If the person is feeling, I'm bloody working so hard and these people are enjoying, that means there is no gratitude. That is the reason you are not able to hold the resources to yourself.
Okay.
It's just
Yes,
going
yes.
off.
Mm. I know, like we shouldn't. I get that. Like
When you
it's
know
like
it, then do it.
out of it.
No
It's
other
hard to
thoughts.
train the mind. It's hard to.
You
It's
have
not
to.
just me.
That's the
Like we
reason
both.
yesterday I told you there is nothing called trying and come out of that thought process that it is difficult. Nothing is difficult. You have to just feel the love. You have to just know your true essence, and you don't need a very big, great spiritual technique for it. Okay. Before the body was created, where were you? Where was that you? It is only now your mind has come, your body has come, you are able to say, this is what I am. But before that, where were you? Where was that you? It was there in a spark,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Right? You got my point. Now you are there in the
Yeah.
spark. And what was that spark? That spark was only intelligence, which has that intelligence to create everything. That is how, because that creativity was there, your body has been created. Every stem cell in our body has the capacity to create another organ, right? The creativity is in our system itself. So when we are so creative, what are we fearing that any lack? Because we have forgotten our creativity. We got disconnected to that because we began to focus on what is not what we are. We have become an alternative version of what we are, not the original version.
Ma'am, I completely understand where Vanita is coming from. Let me explain a little bit better.
Hmm.
What's happening? Again, I think I'm in the same boat years back. Now I'm out of it. For example, we are here and we have, there are two brothers in the family and the in-laws are staying in India and we are here, right? I go Monday to Friday, go to job and, earn money. My kids are in daycare and we are sending money to India. However, I feel that, my brother-in-law or sister-in-law, they are earning as well, but they're not supporting my in-laws or anything or themselves. And we are sending money from here. Now, if I don't, I have to work because their mortgage is there, their other things are there, the expenses are here, and we have to support, the kids and the family and whatever it is. But we are still sending the money to India out of good heart, and they're enjoying. So how to come out of that mindset, that it's they're sitting enjoying being resourceful, and we we are the one dying, 9 to 5 job and working so hard, and life here is so difficult, like there is no maids and nothing like that, and you're just working like, donkeys, and it's at least I made Namita laugh, right? So I'm just thinking, so this is how to overcome that mindset. It is hard.
If this is the question, record it, whatever you said. Listen 100 times all by yourself. Within 100 times, you will get an answer. You don't need me for that.
Benita, we both will discuss.
Ma'am, hi ma'am, this is Neha.
Yeah.
Can I say something about the question? Because I was in the same boat a couple of years ago. Can I say
Okay.
something about it or
Yes, please.
no? Uh, so what I felt is like, oh my God, why are we giving them? Why are we giving them? Then once my husband he asked me like, what happened if we have to support your parents? I said like, I don't think they are that unprepared. My dad is taking care. But then I realized there are a lot of the way he thinks. He's like, what's yours is mine. What's mine is not mine. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. So everything is ours. So if you keep in that mindset, and when you give, you definitely will get back in a different way. Like you're respecting them. Like just Arpita ma'am said, like
give. It is for everybody. So I had that thought, and then I never hold back when he is sending money. Recently, we were like, okay, let's do this. Let's deposit a big chunk, and then they can live off the interest. So, and that idea, what we had, I gave my savings, but I felt so happy when I'm giving. I never felt that okay, it's my hard-earned money. All I felt like I'm giving it. They will be happy. He will be happy. That means all his positive thoughts will be on us. We will be happy, and when we are happy, we it's there is so much out there. We're gonna get it back in some form or the other. You will see it. It's just that when you free of those thoughts, all you see is love. That's what I learned from my experience, and we still support them. We have 4 people to support, but I never felt anything like "Ayyo, we are giving, we are wasting." I'm like, it's okay. I'm happy that we have that kind of money to support them, and we are living happily too. And when you have that happiness and gratitude that you are able to give it back, you will get it back. Yeah, I'm not telling that, okay, you will get it back, but it's just that thought makes it so, uh, doesn't stress you out. Like again, when I will go back to Arpita Mans, a universe has abundance. You just have to have the right mindset to receive it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually agree. I just elaborated Vanita's questions, but it's happened to myself as well. We still support family in India, but I felt that I have never looked back in terms of finances. The finances have always grown from where we started. This is, I felt, but then again, few years back, I could still relate to Vanita what she said.
How
Yeah,
did you
so
manage
this
to
is
change the situation?
Ma'am, for myself, it was happened. I changed my mindset changed. My father passed away, and he passed away in 1 second. Like he had a heart attack, and after 4 years he survived, and then he just suddenly in 1 second he was okay. He was going to the party, and he passed away. In once he had a heart failure, and he passed. And then I thought, like, whole I have seen him worried, about the finances. I have seen him worried what my kids are gonna eat, drink, what my life is gonna be, what my siblings' life is gonna be. And now what? He's gone. He doesn't know what we are eating. He doesn't know what we are wearing. He doesn't know what's happening to us. Even we are, able to feed ourselves or not. Then what's the point of having the money? When we go, we just leave everything here.
Okay.
So since
So your
then, for
father's passing away has brought the change.
to me, yes, my
Yes.
mindset for money completely
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah. Now, Vanita ji, it's up to your choice now. You want to wait for somebody pass away to change your money
it's
mindset,
it's
or
yeah,
just simply like Sneha, get into that mode and then move on.
it's not just it's like my husband's as well. Like so we are
That's
like
okay. You both
thinking
are no
alike. So
different.
yes, yeah. So
Whether it is you hold
yes,
or he holds, it's one and the same.
it's just like as you mentioned, like we feel bad when someone take us for granted. Like
That's okay.
they are sitting there, they are yeah. So
That's okay.
it takes a little bit
What is
time to
that they're
come
going
out
to
of it.
achieve? I'll tell you. When many years back, when my father-in-law was doing some construction part, brick fellow, he has come. He has very happily said one price to him and knocked off, I think, up to 10-15,000 rupees. Okay. Later on, when we realized, by that time we realized he already left the place. Now we don't even know his address. We don't know where he lives, what his number. That those days there were no that common cell phones and all. So we didn't know anything. But my father-in-law said, "It's okay. 15,000. What will he do? He will only spend on his family. That means children would definitely be there. A parent's mind sometimes become corrupted just to take care of their children. It's okay." How brilliant was that thought? A person is becoming corruption only for the sake of his children. It is okay. You can forgive. Like this is only an example. Like this, many are there. Many things are there in a different forms. It's okay. Just let it go. Just let
Yeah,
it go.
and it's like we know the things.
You are
It's
a
like
rich
how to
person. You don't need
implement.
to
Yeah, we have to
feel it. You are not
implement.
struggling hard at all. You are just doing your work. Do it with ease. Don't you do it with any pressure that I'll have to send to somebody. No. If it comes, I'll send. If it does not come, you cannot send. The pressure will not make any difference. Whether you hold the pressure or leave the pressure, what has to happen will happen. Right? Whatever the opportunities will flourish in your life, which you actually designed for yourself, that will anyhow happen. Then let go of everything. It's okay.
Yeah, because all these things like we take like add on stress as well, and all these things comes with the stress as well. So
So nobody,
yes,
other
I'm
person is
slowly
not
changing.
giving you the stress. You are stressing
It's
yourself.
we are correct. Yes.
Right. Just let go of it. Keep yourself light.
Yeah.
See, your smile, I must say, your smile is very pretty. So why do you want to lose it with some other stress which is not even worth it?
Sure, ma'am.
Right.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Any further?
I just
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
say one thing. Sorry, it's not a question. Sorry, Shivani. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
See, since we had a discussion about shopping, I loved all your dresses so far. Few more for the sessions. I loved each and every one of them. Yeah. They're so beautiful, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Next time you go to India, go to ma'am and let's
Yeah.
take
I'll take you for shopping.
she can suggest.
I will choose.
Yeah.
Oh, ma'am, nice session.
All of you live together, very near, close by.
No, I think some of them
Uh,
in Canberra, some Melbourne, and even in Melbourne, we are a bit far. Like somebody lives 40
I'm
minutes
in US.
away
Yeah.
or something.
Okay, Sneha is from
I
US.
mean,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in US. I got this into this group by from Tanuja.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so she's like, "Oh, come on, join. You will like it." I said, why?" So you don't know it's Australian group. Say, it's okay, come. So she was the one. And then when I said like, "Oh, I joined the first session," and I'm actually listening to all the playlist at my own time. And today I was like, okay, let me just come back. I wanted to have this one-on-one conversation with people, even though it's virtually. So that is why I joined back. But I have to say thanks to her for this opportunity. And
Yeah.
ma'am, of course, whenever I hear, I was like, oh, okay, I will. I listen to your sessions. I go back 1 minute. I hear like multiple times to actually get the essence of it. So it is. I'm so thankful to Namita ji and whoever is hosting to do the live recording and make it available, which is very good, great. I would say.
Thank you, Snehaji. On behalf of whole PMC Australia team, I guess we all take turns.
Thank you so much,
Sure.
Snehaji. Our purpose is achieved. Like, if we can inspire one person, that's it. Yeah. Thank
Definitely,
you.
I think YouTube is very beneficial when you have to re-listen. But I think all
Yes.
live sessions are important when you have an opportunity to ask your own question. Otherwise, you miss that part. Both are equally important. So I think, ma'am, I have a question like, so what I'm understanding is, it's not about if we leave for a sec alone, like in anything in journal, somebody coming to your house, how you treating them, how you take your perspective to your office. It's more of like if you have to have like a positive attitude of life, I guess. As long as you have or maintain that gratitude, positive attitude, and then you trust the God that yes, He always there and connected to me. You
Yeah. That's it. It's like once you know what you are, what you hold
yeah,
inside, After that, it's only positivity.
Yeah, but
There is
then
no negative at
my
all.
second question is, if you live in that sort of mindset that he's always there for me and I'm connected to him, and then everything will happen, will
He
fine.
who? He who?
Um, for me, he's like always Lord Shiva. I think always prayer since
So,
childhood to him.
so your personality, okay, your inner essence, masculine essence, your image of that masculine essence is this. Okay, so the qualities, there are some qualities of Shiva which you need to refine, probably might to refine in you, okay, to match up. Or sometimes some things might be they're already purified, they're just matching with the same essence.
How I know his essence? His essence will be very pure, I guess. So,
Essence is obviously pure, but because the essence, it is not in the essence form, it has already taken the form of Namita. Right, so the mind is there. Mind is there to confuse. It will try to distract. So getting back to the essence is what we need to practice all the time.
so
if
yeah,
you are keeping
in your
checking
mind
that,
is always a right thought. You always know when you're trying to go away from that right thought, it always creates tension and instability. When you come back to that right thought, it always feel happiness. And then I feel like when I'm doing right thing or say something right, I feel certain sense of energy movement in me. It always indicates me that I'm on the right path. If yeah,
right.
if we're not, then I feel like something grows very bigger in me, which I couldn't understand what it is. I'm still need to figure out what it is. Since childhood, I feel when I get very emotional, I've said something very wrong to someone, or something negative emotions comes over me. I feel like something grows very big in me, or I get very small, or something grows very bigger in me, and that I don't know what it is.
Remember the siddhis, whatever happens, remember the siddhis, remember the human traumas, remember the reflections, remember the life lessons and themes, and
Ma'am, don't
remember
take
these
my word.
egos.
Um,
Remember
I
these egos.
But I take from your lesson is
Okay,
essence.
I'll give you an example. I'll make it easy. Make a biggest chart. Okay. In that you write all the points and
Yeah.
see at least these points. You don't have to write siddhis and everything. Just write the human traumas, one word. You know what are the traumas. Okay. When you write reflections in relationships, you know what are the reflections. Okay. And where are you seeing them in your life, in your external scenario? If you are finding anything there, you know the solution is also there in that. Within no time you will be thorough with this information. You will see only that. The minute anything comes, okay, this is there, I know this is there in me, I need to change. Oh, this is not mine, so I have to clear the path for them. So
Yeah, that's what I find. Like whenever I feel like this particular human something trigger in me, every time I see that person or talk, I feel like I need to work on that quality. Like if somebody is triggering you, that is always snatching from you, it means you need to work on your generosity. You're not a very giver. You are more of holding to yourself. Yeah. Okay. Keep working on it. I think it's a lifelong work. Keep working on
the
ourselves.
seeds are not many, seeds are very few.
Hmm.
Seeds are just very few. The branches might be many, the leaves might be many, but the seeds are very few. One seed
Ma'am, with
removed, the many aspects connected to the seeds are removed.
this question I have from few before session as well, ma'am. That triggering question, just Namita just mentioned. Sometimes, like you have some quality in you, and then when that quality is not in the person in front of you, it annoys you. I'll just give you an example. I understand that when you are annoyed on something, it is something lacking inside you. That funda is clear. But I'll give you example for. I'm very good at time management. So if I have to reach at 11, I'll reach at 11 or maybe 11:10 maximum. But when we make program with friends and they are 1 hour late, 2 hour late, we're just sitting waiting. And then that, triggers me. So what is lacking inside me in that situation? Like why it's triggering me?
You're managing the time, but you have not understood the time. Time mastery.
Okay.
Time mastery is not about time management. It is about doing the right thing at the right place. Your friends are coming 1 hour late. Okay. That's generally not that acceptable. When you're on time, you have a thing. Yes, this time I do it. This time I do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you have to say, ask for yourself, if you have to say, you people come very late, and for me, the next disturbance comes, so I choose not to be a part. What is that fear which is coming into you? Fear of losing them? Fear of not being social?
It's not about losing them, ma'am. It's about, it's going to create, for example, we are going together for a holiday and we have a schedule that we should leave by 9, otherwise we will be late. So I can tell them that you're late, but that, I just want to tell them in a nicer way. It's not that fear of losing. It's just, it's going to ruin the holiday. So you just avoid saying
No.
it.
That is a different thing. You are saying, you're not saying is a different scenario. What I am
Yeah.
asking is, if you have to leave that group because they are always late and that is triggering you, and any triggers are not healthy for you, right? Obviously, any triggers are not healthy for us. Okay.
Yep.
So you don't want to be a part of this latecomers. Okay. You say anything to them, that doesn't matter. You are not going anymore. You take a decision that I'm not going to be a part of them in any trips or any further things. Okay. So do that and then see what is happening to you.
I
Go
will
to the root cause.
Ma'am, that in that case, if you find faults, this sometimes I feel you sometimes need to ignore the faults in other people. Yes. Otherwise, you'll be all alone.
So loneliness is the point.
Yes, I agree.
Work on that loneliness. It is the loneliness which has created this situation for you. Right? Work in that work. This is the root cause. Work with that loneliness. You will see everything is changed.
Okay.
Okay. You are not alone as long as you are there with yourself. It's okay.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
meet my friends, to be very honest, because I don't have time. That's a different thing. Okay. They're all on time and everything, but I can't make it. So I don't meet my friends. All the thing I do is morning, I do my work at home, take care of kids, and then come back, sit in front of computer and lecturing and lecturing. Beyond this, I truly do not know any other world. Okay. There are some times there were absolutely no classes. When the COVID was going on, there were hardly very few classes, and no one was meeting in the initial days. I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel even, oh my God, I'm relaxed. I don't have any work. I can rest. 2 years, you can't rest, okay?
Yeah,
Okay. Nobody can rest for 2 years. I didn't feel
that's
lonely.
right.
I thought I would feel lonely. I always had that thought in my mind that, okay, if the classes are not there, what am I? The truth will come out. And COVID gave me that opportunity. Okay, you want to know it? Say, okay, know it. I didn't feel lonely. The day I realized I didn't feel lonely, there's so many calls who came, we are free now, please take classes.
Mm.
And there was again, I was the most busiest person among everyone who are continuously taking classes. Just don't feel lonely. You are there as
Yep.
long as you are there with yourself. You don't need to bother. Once you deal with it, even if they are late, you will not even bother. That will not trigger you. Your
Yep.
loneliness is triggering you. Just work on that.
Yep.
Hey,
Thank you,
nobody
ma'am.
is there. I am there. I'll take you to tours. Don't worry.
So on that note, Ma'am, like what if we don't want to hurt their feeling? Like, by not saying anything, we want to tell them something, but we feel like they might get hurt, you know, not just friends, maybe, family.
Why the thought itself of hurting in first place? You are just saying it. You are just sharing your expression, right? This is the time we need to go. But if every time it becomes late, how am I going to handle this? I don't know. And then what is bothering you if you leave these people, even if they are your family.
So if it is not the not this late scenario, but if it is some other scenario, if it's
Like
it depends on the what how the other person is perceiving it. It's not us like who is expressing, it's like how they take
every
it.
time it is you only. Remember, every time it is we only. Other person
We can
is
see more.
there only in our minds. Okay? If you are perceiving the other person this way, then there is some aspect you need to perceive. See, in Shivani's case, it's very clear. Outer scenario is totally different, but inner scenario is something different. So find out what is that inner scenario. Then outer version, whatever you say, it will be taken because you have understood this now. You can now she can really say, I feel too lonely. I want to be with you. Can you just please come once early? They will understand. They will start loving you more because you have not been honest. You have been authentic with yourself. She
Sure,
can
ma'am.
easily say, no, handle them now. She can easily say, I have loneliness issues. That's the reason I'm bearing your time and all. That's okay. I need you all. You are telling everything to them. You are being very authentic. Awakened being
I
knows.
won't say that, ma'am. I started telling them, okay, we'll catch you up there at the destination. That's fine. You come late. We are going.
Okay. That's also okay.
Ma'am, in extension to Shivaniji's question, my issue is fear. Like I am too fearless, and like the person, a very close person in the family, is too fearful. So that now it is getting onto my nerves. I mean, I am not able to handle their fears, and my children have become like, one of our parent is too fearful and one of the parent is too fearless. Now you you know now I have to tell to my husband that why should I be fearful? I'm not able to imagine being fearful. How can you force me to be fearful? So that is a point of friction. I can't imagine. I don't, honestly speaking, I don't have any fear, and he has too many fears. Now, how to handle it? And this thing was not hitting me before. I mean, before this, I was accepting this emotion very nicely. But now, my being vocal is not. I'm not able to explain him. But now I am not able to take it. I'm not able to accept it. So how to? He's like he'll be like, what kind of person you are? You don't get fear. So if I'm not getting, I know, because I strongly believe that there is some force which will take care of me. If it's fear of abandonment, theft, anything. But so, and I have to tell him that I can't be you. Why do you want me to be you? And
He says you to be fearful.
no, he's like, you're weirdly different. You are weirdly different because you're not having any fear. So if I don't, I
Take it as a compliment.
no, it's not that it's hitting me or I'm feeling sensitive about it, but moving together has become, now it gives a kind of confusion to our children. One parent is too fearful, checking doors and money and things. they've started calling him OCD. And mom is just the opposite. She doesn't, she thinks everything is taken by God and she's in her own energy. So now that's become, point of trigger for me that we as parents, we are giving confusion to our child.
What you have to give to your children, you have already given. Okay. There's no new things which will come to them freshly. Okay. They are already seeing a parent who is very fearful and already seeing the other parent is very fearless. They will adapt whatever they need according to their own times. So forget about the children.
Okay.
Okay. Forget about the children. What they have to understand out of this contest, they will understand. Okay. You are only giving your version to them. Choice is there. Right. And now coming to your husband point, now don't see him as a fearful person. Okay. Remove the label. Remove that label. See him as a very concerned and cautious person. Okay. He is very cautious because he is the person who has the responsibility of taking you and your children. So give this projection to your children. He is just conscious. Maybe we are not able to understand, just like how he is not able to understand your version, you are also not able to understand his version. Now change the perception. He is just cautious and give a very low energy to it. When you are saying fearful, you are adding so much of intensity to that emotion. If you are saying he's just cautious, you are diffusing the intensity. Okay, just try this. Genuinely try this.
Yeah. Probably at the back of mind, I wanted this thing to change. So that's what you mean.
Don't change him. Accept him with a different perception.
Yeah. But, my fear, I will accept my fear is that this software, I do not want it to be passed on to my children. I actually don't want this software because this is a very deep rooted software that he's carrying from his environment, which I think probably I'm rejecting him. Whole family it's running in the, memory of the family.
The same fear is running in you also.
What fear?
You're also holding a fear only. That this might pass on to your children. You're also holding a fear only. So you both are complementing each other in the aspect of that fear.
Oh. Okay. And if I leave about myself, if I leave about children, then how to handle myself? I want to be free from this.
Your only fear is that might pass on to your children, right? Your children are their own individual intelligence also. They know what to choose in them. They know what to reject in them. Like how you have grown up. Right. So because of this scenario, they are also deciding something for themselves. If you want them to decide well, give them the wise kind of perception. He is just cautious. Tell them your father is cautious and that's good. It is for our securities. It's okay. He might appear very weird or anything, but deep inside, this is which is making him to behave like this. It's okay. And forget about it.
Okay. And I just want a validation. If I'm just being different from him and he wants me to behave like him, but now I don't want to do it. So should I keep on continuing it, but nicely, not being vocal? Yeah. because I want to feel
He
myself.
wants to be different. You also want him to be different. Now, when you give him freedom, he will also free you from something. It's an energy work.
I'm
You
not
want
freeing
him
him.
to change because you have a fear that your children might get into this. That's the reason you want him to change.
Hmm.
That is what you are seeing in your husband, that he wants you to change. This is what reflection means. You don't have the fear for your children. Now you have already seen your person, your husband as a very cautious person, and you are accepting it that he is a cautious person. His all his weird behavior is because of that. It's okay. It's a good thing. The intention is very pure. When you are giving this understanding to your children, till now you might have told your children, he is very weird. My children are getting worried. All this energy. Now you are giving a very wise energy to your children. So they will, words are not needed here. They are taking the bright vibes. And you're not saying it just like that, just to change them with a good vibration. Energy work, energy speaks. If you hold still in your mind that he's behaving very weird, he's always scared of everything, what is this? You will be, in spite of telling your children that he's cautious and all these good words, it will not change. Energetically, you need to have a beautiful understanding of whatever the situation. It is because of a person is in such a situation because of his past something, past scenarios of life. It's okay. Even if we would have been in that scenario, even we would have might have been the same way, right? So it is because of that. It is okay. We as a family, we are here to help him out. We can overlook it. It is okay. We can give him that security. Yes, it's okay. That's what family is for.
Yeah, and if I speak just about myself, I also want to be liberated from that tag that I am not fearful. So I just leave that. I should not be
When
vocal
you
about
know you are not fearful, why do you want to tag yourself? When you already know, you're not believing it, right? You already know that you are fearless.
No, my being fearless is a sin.
It's okay. Even if it's a sin, it's okay. Who said?
I get to hear.
It's okay. For you, being fearful is a sin. For him, being fearless is sin. Both are reflecting and projecting each other perfectly. You do your part of clearing. Rest, leave it to the other intelligence.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah.
As long as you all got your answers, it's fine.
Yeah, it's amazing, ma'am. Like a life scenario, sometimes tangle our mind in this way that we'll find escape. And we think like it's a little question sometimes, but just we get tangled, and doesn't have a much clarity here. It happens to me all the time. Ma'am, I think we probably wrap it here.
Yeah.
So ma'am, would you like to share the
have
next?
a new topic?
Yes.
Yeah, about polarities of our life. It will be even more interesting. Looking forward for a few more questions.
Yeah, ma'am, I think we will start doing now. Maybe we will start with you and try to start 9:05 or something, max, and then we will take the questions then. So,
Yeah,
we can.
yes, yes.
Let's try to make this as a pattern.
Most important topics are coming up now from
Yeah.
Monday, though till money, it was the basic things just for our spiritual understanding and energy work. From now, it is going to be a little more deeper. We'll be doing soul mastery, family constellation, and inner child. Okay, these are the three most important thing. We'll be going little slow. This soul mastery is a though very deep subject, but it's a very short one. In one day, we can finish.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Finish. And inner child, I want to go little slow.
I'm sure we all have a very many questions on that one as well.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you on behalf of the whole team. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Oh, it's a
masters.
pleasure taking questions from everyone. So don't worry.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
It's
Thank you,
actually
ma'am.
helping. You all are helping me in realizing myself till where